This game, I think people will return to Modern Warfare 2. I think at some point people will. It'll take a couple of years, but people will look at this game not as like frowned upon. But like this game, the only problem with it, or like a big problem I think that it's had, is the hacking.
Welcome everyone to episode 125 of the COD Casuals. We're your host Justin,
And I'm Mike.
How you doing, Mike?
Very good, Justin.
Yeah,
Very good. Yeah, man. It's a nice day out today. Mm-hmm. We just came off of at least for where I am, it was a bad weekend of just rain.
Yeah,
and it was terrible.
It's still rainy here.
Yeah, it's so humid too.
Yeah,
I can't stand
it. This
right
week is gonna be really humid. It's gonna be like high 80s and just rain.
Yeah, I mean, it's the 4th of July week that we're doing this, so everyone hopefully have a safe, happy 4th of July.
Yeah, happy 4th if you're in America.
Yeah.
Happy Canada Day.
Is it Canada Day?
No,
or is it going to be?
It was Saturday.
Oh, it's Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay, all the fellow Canadians
yeah.
out there. No, it's just going to be like a rough week with this weather.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be traveling today as we're doing this, so I'm hoping that where I'm going is not as brutal. Even though I'm only going to New Hampshire, but.
I'd imagine it's going to be just as bad.
I'm trying to be optimistic, but it's still going to be terrible. Mm-hmm. But no, otherwise, though, man, I've been doing good. You know, we've been hanging in there, we've been chilling. You know, we're into the, like we talked about last episode. The CDL's been cooled off. You know, we've been seeing some stuff with like roster news, but nothing's really happened right now. So it's like it's very calm on the water right now. You know?
Well, when we're recording this, it's July 3rd. And today's the first day where teams can start officially signing players.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine players have already been signed, and we're just waiting for the leaks.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. If you haven't followed any of this before, like that's where most of this stuff comes from. It's just going to be like on Twitter, where there's a lot of leaks and like sources say, or it is confirmed that this is going to be, you know, X player on whatever team, which I always enjoy because it's really cool because then we text each other like all caps like, bro, can you believe this? But then we have to wait like, I don't know, months before we actually get an official thing from the team, which is like, for me, when I see that, that's what I really want to have is the announcement, not the Twitter leak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. For people that don't follow like the Call of Duty Rostermania, a lot of these teams, they like to make their own like announcement video for their players, like literally a custom video. Or, you know, some custom graphic or whatever, right? But obviously, leaks are leaks. So a leak gets out, then, you know, we basically know that this is happening. Again, it's still a leak. It could change, and it definitely has, you know. But it's nice to see the official announcement from the org.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I don't follow traditional sports as much with it, but it's strange because like the only sport that I really do follow is racing, and that's weird because a lot of moves, I would say a vast majority of the moves, like if I'm thinking of like Formula One, moves happen during the season, which I find odd. Like you will know more often than not, you'll know what's going to be the team next year, maybe like towards the last quarter of the season that's going on, you know, because contracts and everything are being signed like throughout the year. You know, you'll see some stuff in like the off season, but most of the moves already been made. So like you would think now they're competing. Like if the season was still going on, they'd be like, oh yeah, we already know like this player, this is gonna be his last game with this team because he's gonna go to X team. You know, I don't know if it's just to Formula One or like to racing that happens, but that's always kind of exciting.
Yeah, I mean like it happens in traditional sports too. Like signs can happen like mid season. Like there's a cutoff and stuff, but even during like off season, the deals are pretty quick though.
Yeah.
Like I mean, probably not the negotiating part, but like when a leak happens, especially in like football, a leak will happen, and then I don't know, maybe like a week or two, it's announced, or someone will find out about a contract and say, "Oh, this is happening," and then literally like an hour or two later, it's official.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's because they're really, really up to date with it, or they literally just find out about the leak right when they're about to announce it, and then they tweet it, and then it comes out officially by the NFL.
Yeah. Because for us, like when we're going to be following Call of Duty, it's going to be a delay for sure.
Yeah.
I really don't expect any teams to truly announce their team like honestly anytime soon. I would be surprised if there's a team that announces within the next couple of weeks, like puts out an official statement. Teams for sure are going to be made within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah. If not now.
Yeah.
Like, they already know their teams now.
Yeah.
Supposedly from, like Zuma and Scump and Methods and stuff, they're like, the teams are crazy.
Yeah.
They know the teams.
Which is, always annoying when you get to go into it and you're like, dude, give me the intel.
Yeah.
How much money do I need to send?
Yeah.
And we talked about this last night after we'd finished up for a while, just because that's the problem we've talked about. We won't go too much into it, but the problem with the league right now is there's only, 60 players? Is that what it is? No, 12 teams, 4 players each, right?
Yeah, 48.
Yeah, 48. Can't do math. That's all right.
Used to be 60.
Now 48. So there's a lot of people that, especially we're thinking about a couple guys that were on Boston Breach and just other teams that were like, are they going to end up on a team? Like, what's going to happen to these people? Because, again, we don't know any of the moves that are going on in the background, but there's going to be a lot of people that are left out in the dust and don't have a team, which is... It's just weird to think about, it's the nature of the sport, but it is unfortunate. There's a lot of talent that's just not going to be showcased next year.
Yeah. And, this year's just going to be, it's going to be interesting too, going into this new year, because like you said, a lot of these players that we've watched, we don't know if they're going to be signed or if they're going to go to challengers, because there's a lot of free agents this year, which is why it's super interesting this offseason.
Yeah.
Like, we have no idea what these rosters could be. And also with Octane retiring, like I was telling you yesterday, that threw a wrench in a lot of like theories from people that watch COD, because now we have no idea where a lot of these guys are going to go.
Yeah, that was the big news that came out from when we last recorded, is that he retired.
Yep.
Dude was a legend. I was pretty stunned that he retired.
Me too.
Yeah, I don't think anybody expected that. He literally retired at the top of his game. Was not playing bad. I mean, he said it himself. It was funny. He's like, it's definitely not a skill issue.
No, it's definitely. But it's crazy because, won't go into it, but last year he won COD Champs. This year he gets knocked out dead last.
Yeah.
Retires.
Yeah. And he won a championship too this year. Like they weren't they weren't as good as they were last year, but they didn't have, like, in my view, they didn't have a bad year.
No.
Like not at all.
I'm pretty sure the last place at Champs was their worst placing.
Yeah.
Like all year. Unfortunate that it was
at the biggest event of the year.
Yeah. But like that was a good team. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, and now, like, again, with him leaving, it's going to be so strange to see these teams that were real powerhouses. Mainly 2 we're thinking of, like, which was the Toronto team and the LA Thieves, that were really solid teams. And now we're like, who's left on that team? Like, what's going to happen to them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it. I'm looking forward to the news as it comes out here.
Yeah, me too. It's going to be a big shakeup because as of right now, New York's not changing, and then Optic, like, they have their core 2, Dashy and Shotzi, and then FaZe have their core 3.
Right.
So it's like the other 9 teams, we have no idea.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what FaZe does.
Yeah,
I think that team is going to be lights out, psychotic. Whatever team or whoever they put in for that 4th spot, first off, they're getting blessed because they're on that team with those guys.
Yeah.
And then second off, like, I can only think of 2 players that they're probably going to put onto that team, and both of them are going to make that team way better than they were.
Yeah.
So it's going to be scary next year when we get into MW3.
Yeah.
Which I'm already looking forward to.
Oh, yeah, I'm too.
Yeah, dude, I saw something on Twitter. People were talking about, are they more excited for MW3 or was it COD 2024? Which I guess
Treyarch.
Made by Treyarch. Yeah. Dude, I'm sorry. I'm going to say it right now. Dude, the disrespect for MW3.
Yeah.
People have already written this game off.
Well, they've written it off because of MW2.
Yeah.
And
which I hate.
Yeah, no, I do too. I mean, just give the game a chance.
Yeah, I know. We haven't seen Jack from this game yet.
Yeah.
But people are like, nah, MW2 sucked.
Yeah, I mean, that's just people, though, jumping to, conclusions. Because, I mean, dude, we get it all the time from people like, why would I ever play a game that I hate? And, okay, you've played it maybe for a month and then you hate it. All right, that's fine.
Right.
Whatever. But I think, where we're coming from is then don't shit talk the game every day and make that your personality, because at least in the COD community, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And I know I'm gonna get hate. People are gonna be like, "Who's this guy?" Like, I've been playing COD for over a decade.
Yeah.
And I've been playing COD. Like, I put in the time for COD. Even if I hate the game, like we give obviously with the podcast, like we stuck through Vanguard, and we couldn't find games, and I didn't hate that game. I didn't enjoy it though.
Yeah.
As much as I did in the beginning. Just give the game a chance.
Yeah. I think people, when they play this game, still, I mean, as we're getting towards like the latter stages of this game, and we'll get into it later. Like, I think the support for this game from the developer, it's gone downhill. You know, like they're starting to, coast through this game for the last part of season 4, which you still have a month left of, by the way, and then going into season 5. But even still, like, we've said it 1,000 times. This game has it had a lot of potential to be a really top COD, and I'm hoping that, because that's all we can do at the end of the day. It's just hope that they fix some of those small things and they end up making a really, really good COD. I personally can't look ahead that far. I can't be like, yo, I'm gonna be excited for the COD that's coming out in 2 years, or like technically a year for like 2 COD cycles. Like, bro, what? I'm not even thinking about Black Ops 5, whatever it's going to be. Like, I have no thought about that whatsoever, but a lot of people do.
Yeah, and that might just be because of how our Twitter is like feeding us.
Yeah.
Because we follow a lot of like competitive players, obviously, and everyone just follows whatever competitive players say. But I don't know. Like, I don't think like that either. Like, that's way too far in advance. Like, I just want to play this game now.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, I get it. Like, Treyarch they always put out good games.
Yeah, I mean, we're not saying that we're not looking forward to that Treyarch title.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be very surprised if it's bad.
Yeah, me too.
Like, it's going to be a really good COD title, but that's so far away from now, It's like me being hyped for The Last of Us Part 3. It's like, bro, who knows when that game's coming out? Like, yeah, I'm excited for whenever it is, but that's just like, it's way down the pipeline. We still have another game that's going to be in front of us just in a couple of months here.
Yeah, and when, I guarantee you there are probably going to be a lot of people that don't buy MW3 and just wait for the next COD, which is fine. But then a lot of people are obviously going to hop on that bandwagon and say, this game sucks, but they didn't really play it.
Right.
Like, give it a fair shot,
Yeah.
Personally, I think a month is a fair shot at the game if you're playing it all the time. And by all the time, I mean every day for that month.
Yeah.
For at least a few hours.
Yeah.
But also, you got to remember that, like, the first month of the game, a lot of stuff's going to be broken.
Yeah.
And yes, people are going to be like, oh, the game shouldn't be broken in the beginning. Yeah, I agree. Okay.
Yeah, but this is what's being back to reality.
Yeah, I'm being realistic here. They're going to update a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So, honestly, I would say give it like a quarter, like 3 months.
Yeah.
Give it 3 months. You don't like it, fine. Don't play it. But then don't go like shit talking like for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
That's what I just don't like. Like, people are just so toxic for the rest. They make that their personality and they hate it.
We're just hating on the game. Yeah, I think
for the whole year.
Yeah, a lot of people do that because it's easy to do and it's an easy target.
Yeah.
It's hopping on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
People don't like it, people who play a lot, and then the guy who maybe plays like twice a week is like, yeah, man, fuck this game. This game sucks. It's like, dude.
Yeah, and then a bunch of, casual players like us, they're like, oh, this game's not that bad.
Yeah.
And then they continue to shit talk.
And then they call us morons because it's like, dude, how could you like this game? Is there anything redeeming about it? I'm like, yeah, there actually is. Like,
yeah.
There's a decent amount of stuff that's not bad in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I mean, again, like you mentioned before, about games being broken, or like it's gonna say like broken. I know what you mean by it. Like, there's gonna be problems with it. Like, it's not gonna be a perfect game. Well, there is no such thing as a perfect game. Yeah. But in the state of gaming that it is right now, not just in multiplayer games, but in like all games, like I've said before, this live action support that they can do, that's just what's to be expected.
Yeah, and
it's a sad reality.
Yeah, and also like the people that like what we complain about in Call of Duty is like the spawns, this weapon's overpowered. That stuff will always be broken, like in the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
which is what the beta's for, and obviously I would hope they try to adjust all that stuff.
Yeah,
but I expect that stuff to be broken I don't remember like the last COD that like came out and like the spawns were just perfect, nearly to perfection, and no weapon was like overpowered. That always happens in the beginning of every single COD.
Yeah.
And so I think you should expect that, but people always complain about that, which like that just bothers me. But actual broken stuff, like I don't know, like glitches and like the game just ends or whatever. That stuff, yeah, I agree. That shouldn't even be released in the game if, it's not fixed.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like actual game-breaking issues like that, they need to be fixed, of course. And most of the time they are. That's where, again, Vanguard like went way down on their scale because they gave up on the game straight up. They never fixed a lot of those things that they should have. This game, I don't really think there's necessarily things broken with the game. There's things that we don't like about the game. But to your point, though, a lot of people in the COD community, I would say that I fall victim to this at times. I need to take a step back where we think like, oh man, the other CODs were so good. There were so many like perfect things with them. But then when you really go back and you watch gameplay or think about what it was like, I mean, I cook it all the time, man. Like I saw somebody this morning, they were saying like, what's the most overrated COD ever? And I'd easily say Modern Warfare 2, the original, beyond overrated. Like, did a lot for the game, like for sure, for the future of Call of Duty. But man, if you were in the trenches when that game came out, the amount of BS in that game was insane. I couldn't even imagine people actually going through Prime MW2 right now. If you're complaining about stuff now, are you kidding me?
Yeah, people would be complaining all the time.
Yeah,
back then.
And there's a lot of things that were never fixed in that game.
Yeah. And like the noob toots, for example. Do you think it's fair to get shot with a grenade launcher and you die?
Yeah.
Instantly.
A one-man army.
Yeah.
Danger
Instantly.
close.
Yeah.
Like you had that. The spawns in that game were insane.
Again, like the spawn thing and the weapons, every COD that's like come out, the spawns have been messed up to some certain extent. And yes, don't get me wrong, like the older CODs, the spawns were better because they weren't squad spawns.
Right.
This game, the spawns are not perfect by any means. They're so messed up.
Yeah.
Which is why we play Control, because it's just
easier to understand.
But yeah, we're not saying that the new CODs, like they're perfect. They're not at all. But I think people have to remember back in the day that these CODs were not like close to being perfection.
Yeah, I think they look. What's the expression? They look at like rose-colored glasses or rose-tinted glasses. Yeah, I think nostalgia, like the nostalgia buff, comes in big for people.
Yeah,
with those CODs.
Yeah. Like, dude, I remember playing BO3 like in its prime, and the Vector was an AR and a sub.
Yeah,
it was insane.
VMP was absolutely disgusting.
Yeah,
if you weren't using the VMP, the Vector, or what was the other gun in there? What was the 3-burst?
Oh, the M8.
Yeah, the M8. Yeah, I mean, forget about it.
But I think a lot of people forget the VMP became that was like the second meta after the Vector when they nerfed the Vector to shit.
Yeah, because that to me, that's got to be the greatest gun of all time in Call of Duty.
Yeah, that thing was insane.
Right?
It was
pre-nerf BO3 Vector.
It was nuts.
No gun compared to that thing.
Yeah,
it was gross.
And when I played BO4 in its prime, dude, the Maddox was insane.
Yeah,
it was nuts. You could run 4 Maddoxes like in that game, or 5 Maddoxes in that game, and you could win.
Yeah,
it was insane.
And you think about guns like the SOG, which became like that became a popular like meta gun. That gun was awful.
Yeah,
at first.
Yeah, they brought that gun because they nerfed the Maddox.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just people forget about all that stuff. I'm like, dude, I put in the hours, and you did too.
Yeah.
And when I hear slander like that from like this COD, like, do you not remember?
No.
Do you not remember all the other stuff? Like, I love BO4, and like you guys know, we love BO4. But I played in that prime of BO4, and there's a lot of broken stuff.
Yeah,
a lot of broken stuff.
No, 100%. Every COD has. I can't really think of like a perfect COD that we played. I mean, I would say like it's hard to think that far back, but MW3 again. That's why we're just like we love that game. That game really didn't have a lot of BS, and that's like what I'm trying to hope for with this one is because MW2 like it had a lot of dumb stuff in it. that they ended up fixing. And then it ended up making a really good MW3. Like, there were still things in MW3 that were not ideal, I'm sure. You know, like the ACR 6.8 being an absolute freak gun. But at the end of the day, like, if I have good maps, I've got fun guns to use and like relatively readable spawns, I'm pretty happy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And the guns, for an example, there's always going to be like the best ones in each category. So that completely get. It's just, I think a lot of people just jump to conclusion way too quick.
Yeah.
Like, the game hasn't even come out yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you know, throwing it under the bus. I'm like, you know, whatever. If you guys want to, you know, be like, glass is half empty, then be that way. But, you know, we don't need more of that mindset in COD.
No, definitely not.
Because I get it. Like, a bunch of people on Twitter in competitive, right? They're like, oh, XDefiant is going to kill COD. No, it's not. It's not going to kill COD. And if all of you want to jump to XDefiant, that's fine. You know, no one, at the end of the day, like, we don't care.
Right.
If pros do jump to XDefiant, we'll be watching it, and we're going to be playing it too. But is it, at the end of the day, for us, is it going to be really replacing COD? No. And I'll put an asterisk on that no, because, yes, there is a possibility that somehow Sledgehammer makes this game worse than the most hated COD that you and I have.
Yeah.
If somehow they make MW3 worse than World War II for me in that experience, that's insane.
Yeah.
'Cause I can't even imagine that.
Yeah. They'd have to try.
Yeah. Like, they would have, like, what's your least favorite? MW, right? MW 2019?
Yeah.
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 They would have to make it worse than that game for you.
Yeah.
And again, it's all perspective, but
yeah, I mean, again, people listening, come at me. I don't care, bro.
Yeah.
I hate that game. I mean, same thing. Come at you. I see people all the time like, yo, World War II was actually fire. I'm like, no, it wasn't.
Yeah,
like,
no.
But again, that's our opinion, you know?
You're entitled to yours.
Yeah,
I don't need to listen to it, though.
Oh, exactly. I mean, I've talked to a few people on Twitter because I've seen them, like, they'll be talking about XDefiant, and I've asked them, like, are you going to play that over the new COD? And there's a few people that are like, yeah. Like, I'm more than likely going to be playing this over it. And a lot of other discussions that go on there as well. People are going to have this as their replacement, which I don't know what that really says about Activision and Infinity Ward. Like, they've just put such a bad taste in people's mouths over COD that people don't even want to give this Call of Duty a shot.
Which I'm going to preface too. A lot of these people saying that they're jumping to XDefiant are people that follow CDL.
Yeah.
And are into competitive.
Yeah.
Because, we got a comment on one of our TikToks that they didn't even know what XDefiant was. Because they said they just stopped playing Call of Duty because it didn't feel like the old school game.
Right.
And I mentioned that, oh yeah, go play XDefiant. It feels just like the old CODs. And they were like, oh yeah, I'll try it out.
Yeah.
So again, for, casual people, not many people like know what XDefiant is and what the appeal is.
Right. No, that's fair. I mean, like, this game has gotten a big shout because of it's had involvement with people that are in the COD community or in, like, the pro CDL community. But other than that, though, I'm going to be curious what player base it really holds over time. And the big thing for me is the support that it's going to be able to continue over time. Like, are they really going to be able to sustain, like, a good community and be able to provide for them? Like some of the other like FPSs that are out there. I was going to say like Call of Duty, but that's where people end up making the switches because they're like, well, COD doesn't really offer any support anymore. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, again, it seems like a few people, at least that are in our realm of like the more serious and like kind of into the competitive stuff, are going to make that switch. Personally, though, I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, no, because at the end of the day, the people that follow competitive COD, we're such a small percentage of the COD population.
Yeah.
We're so tiny.
Yeah.
And does Activision, they should care because they have a whole league, but at the end of the day, do they really care if 1% of people go to a whole different game and then the 99% stay?
Yeah.
They probably don't care.
No, they don't care.
But, yeah, like if they jump to XDefiant, that's fine. Like, again, like I said, we're going to be playing it. We'll be watching it. But the real test is long term. How is the support going to be, like you said, after, a year, 2 years? Are they going to keep updating the game? There's going to be stuff broken with the game, I'd imagine. And how are they going to handle that? How are they going to handle the backlash for that? And maybe XDefiant, like they take a dip after a year or two, and then Call of Duty's like back on the up in competitive, right? And, you know, for us, like following competitive, you know, we're open arms. Come back.
Right.
You know, come back. Even though you ditched competitive in COD, like, at least for us, you guys can come back.
Yeah.
There are no...
no hard feelings.
Yeah, no hard feelings.
Yeah. Now, I'm really going to be curious about the longevity with it, because, again, you think about Call of Duty, it's just been doing it for so long. It's only really been, like, I would say, the last, would you say, maybe 3 years, maybe 4, that COD's kind of taken a dip, right? I would really say from Vanguard to this game were the ones that, like, it really hit like a downward spiral.
In competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also, like, the casuals, too.
Yeah. But that's the thing, too, though. Like, that's always frustrating for a lot of people who, like, they want to go and hold up their pitchforks and everything, is because COD is always, like, the top-selling game, and it's always going to be that, right? No matter what. Like, it could be absolute trash, and it'll still be one of the top-selling FPS, if not the top-selling game. But it's just keeping those people around. That's the thing. And they've been doing it for, I mean, well over a decade now. They've had just consistent sales and support that's been, you know, like, granted, right now, like, yeah, it has been going down. But we've mentioned it before. Like, I think this was a real pivotal year for them in screwing up MW2, like, blowing a lot of people's expectations. Like, I had a friend, funny enough, this morning, he was like, yo, is the new COD any good? He's like, should I go and, like, play it? And I was like, well, it's, if you want to call it new.
Yeah,
like,
right.
It's been out for, you know, a couple months. But he was like, yeah, man, I'm just looking for, like, some OG traditional, like, Call of Duty. And I told him, I was like, don't buy that COD then.
Yeah.
You know? Like, knowing how he is. Like, he was the guy, like, COD 4, Scorpion, ACOG. I'm like, go get MW Remastered. Like, just go buy that. It's probably, like, $20. You'll save some money. He's just like, oh, yeah, fuck that shit. I'm not going to go and spend $70 on it. I'm like, well, that's what you're going to get. He's like, what's it, like, play like? I'm like, it's a lot heavier than the older CODs. It's like, oh, really? It's like, nah.
And
But that's the common person, you know?
No, yeah, exactly. But that is to say, though, the common person around our age,
Yeah.
like our generation, playing, like, you know, those old type of CODs.
Yeah.
I will give props to, like, you, me, anybody else that's been playing COD and even playing through, like, the new ones and that are good, because, dude, you have to adapt. This game is completely different than, like, the old CODs.
Yeah.
And we're not, you know, oblivious to that. We know it's completely different.
Yeah. 100%.
And it's a whole different play style. You can't compare MW3 in 2011 to, like, this game.
No.
It's so different.
Yeah, they couldn't be.
You can't play the same. But for the people that can adapt, and, you know, we've just gotten better, like, throughout the years playing COD.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think it says a lot. That's, like, the cool thing about COD. We have a new one, you know. We have some new COD coming out every year, or, like, you know, so it was supposed to be every other year. But us players can adapt. We adapt well.
Yeah, and it tests you every time, you know. And, like, for us, we've had those years where we've been worse at a title than others, you know. Like, I think in Modern Warfare, that was, like, one of my worst years. Like, I won't say that I was bad, because I'll never admit that, but like, I was definitely not as good in that game, you know. And then we've mentioned it before, like, with Cold War and with this game too, we started off, like, way below how we normally would play. Like, it took us a minute to get good at this game. Now, like, we're very, very good at this game. And same thing with Cold War, where, like, we were insane on that game. I don't get these people that, like, during the off season, like we said at the beginning of the episode, like, because the league isn't going on right now, a lot of people, like pros and not pros, they go to play other titles. Dude, I don't get that. I'm over here like, man, I got to keep my hands and my brain, like, on this game. One, because that's the game that's going out, and, like, let's be real, Modern Warfare 3 is basically going to be this.
Yeah. The only point I will say to that is, for the pros, I understand.
Yeah, pros I get.
Pros I get. Play whatever game you want. You know,
you earned it.
Yeah, you earned, like, yeah, exactly. You guys put in way more hours than us.
Right, absolutely.
So we get tired of this game. Just playing, like, 6 to 8 hour day. I can't even imagine them.
Yeah.
But yeah. And again, I keep speaking. This is only competitive people that keep jumping to old games, which, look, I get it. It's fine. We're just not wired like that. Like, dude, I love Cold War, but we don't go back and like play that. Granted, it's just you and I that play. I'd imagine if we had like a solid group of people that just want to play all the time, we would go back and play.
Right.
But again, you and I are like the last two people that play COD.
Right.
But yeah, like, I don't know. Like you said. And partially too, like, we do this podcast, obviously, so we want to keep playing the game, and we give a very fair review at the end of the year because we play this game so much. Yeah,
it's a mentality thing though too. Like, you know, again, if people are listening, if they do that like on occasion, like if you play a game or so, that's whatever. But I don't know, when I think about, I don't know, Cold War or Vanguard, like I remember we would have those days, like the day before the next game would come out, we'd be like, all right, this is our last match on this game.
Yeah.
And then like once we're done there, we close app, delete. I'm like, yep, this game is like, I'm more than likely never going to play Vanguard ever again.
Yeah, me too.
You know? Like, I like with those games, I bury them. I'm like, okay, I've done everything that I wanted to do on that game. I don't want to return to it. You know, it's like you with your single player games. You know, you're very much across the board like that as a gamer. Like, I feel, right? Yeah. Like you play a game, you're like, okay, I've done everything. I'm going to play this game until I've done everything that I want to. And then from there, it's dead to me, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
no, and I think people are probably like, that's crazy. That's a bad take. Which, I mean, to people, whatever.
That's personal, though.
Yeah, it is personal, because thing is...
Don't come up my boy right now.
Dude. What the fuck? My argument is that we put in the time, like an insane amount of time on these games. Like single player, for example. Right? For me, I think I'm the perfect customer for game developers to look at. I'm a good case study of you want to retain, you know, the customer, obviously. Right. But which is why, like, you know, Uncharted. I've gone back and played Uncharted multiple times, and that never happens. Never happens for me. So what did Naughty Dog do for that game to create like an emotional tie for me to come back and play? Yeah. And like that game, I haven't even platinumed it. Like, I don't go trophy hunting on that game. There's something about that game that I really, really like. But then like Call of Duty, for example, Vanguard, I'm never going back and playing that ever, unless it's for some specific reason that I have to go back and play it. But we put in the hours and the days onto that game. We played it enough to never go back. Yeah, and part of it for me, like along that train of thought, is we experienced these games at their peak. You know, like when Vanguard was, you know, you want to say like Vanguard was at its peak. The dumpster fire it was that everybody was saying it was bad, and now everyone's going back and playing it. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. That's how it always goes. Yeah. But just when these games had like the most, like the top player base that was actually playing the game, the developers were focused on this game, giving any support or feedback to it. Like, that's how I want to experience that game. Like, I remember hearing, I'm sure you do too, it wasn't that long ago, wasn't Cold War like a dangerous game to play? Because if you went on there, people could like track your IP and hack you. Yeah. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, why would you want to go back to that game? Yeah. You know? Yeah. Like, that wouldn't be happening when it was around. I mean, it wasn't, you know, but like, they would never compromise that game like that. Yeah, exactly. You know? Exactly. Yeah. And it's funny that because, you know, there's a small stint where everybody was like, Vanguard's not that bad compared to this game. Yeah. But now everybody's gone to Cold War instead because they're like, wait. Yeah, Vanguard's... Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, it's bad. Yeah. And people are like, you know, Cold War's actually pretty good. Yeah. And like, we miss Cold War, which, you know, I miss it too. But again... Not like, returning to it. Yeah, like you and I would only go to that if we had like a big squad of people to go and like play. Yeah. So like the pros, I understand, they're playing with each other. Yeah. They're doing like 8s and stuff with each other. But again, like if you don't have a solid squad to go back, like what? Are we just going to pub stomp? Like what is ranked like in that game? Yeah, I have no idea. How many people are playing ranked? Yeah. Realistically. I have no idea. Exactly. And, you know, that's just us. You guys do whatever you want. But
I mean, again, dude, and we always, every episode, we always have to give our little love to Cold War.
Yeah.
Always saying Cold War, one of the best CODs. It's in the top 5 for sure.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, Vanguard, get it out of here. Everyone will skip that game forever.
Yeah.
This game, I think people will return to, Modern Warfare 2. I think at some point people will.
Yeah.
It'll take a couple of years, but people will look at this game not as like frowned upon.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But like this game, the only problem with it, or like a big problem I think that it's had, is the hacking that's gone on, especially like in the ranked realm. I don't remember this being as big of an issue in Vanguard. Cold War ranked, we really didn't play that much, but I've noticed, like when I said earlier about the amount of support that's gone onto this game, like it's definitely dwindled. You were telling me just a couple of days ago you were playing and you were coming across hackers as well, and I've had this too, like where I've had a lot of very questionable moments with it, and it's crazy. I mean, because we're still like, you know, like closing on our like rank stuff. Like we're in Diamond 2, like closing in on Diamond 3. Dude, we're seeing these people like low diamonds and like plats.
Yeah.
These people are all hacking.
Yeah.
Like what? I that pisses me off.
Oh yeah, me too. And again, like we own to our mistakes. You know, we don't accuse people of cheating that often.
Yeah.
We like rarely ever do.
Yeah.
So us saying this, like, you know, it's bad.
Yeah. No,
For
there's
whatever it's worth, because yeah, we'll see like a Diamond 3 that's level 10.
yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's like, do the math.
Yeah.
You
And then
know.
you watch them play and you're like, this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, you know, some that are like realistic, we'll see like a Diamond 2 that's like 35. I'm like, okay, that, you know, that
That's
makes sense.
still wild, but that's like
Because like,
possible.
yeah, no, like if you think about it though, they might have just skipped a whole season.
Yeah.
And didn't play, and they were crim, they got deranked,
Yeah.
and they're just like, you know, they didn't grind that much.
Right.
In like one season.
Yeah.
Because like, dude, in my head, I think everybody should be 50 if you've been playing like for a while.
Yeah.
And like you're almost 50.
Yeah.
But that just like proves my point. Like
Yeah.
not everyone has like gotten enough wins to get to like the 50 level.
Right.
So that's like believable. But yeah, I was playing. Hacker was on my team, so
You got blessed.
yeah, sort of. We won 3-2 in the control.
Damn.
So I mean, this person just had walls.
Right.
Couldn't aim for shit.
Right.
So I mean,
But you could just tell blatant walling.
yeah. I mean, because it was like it was a 1v3, and the guy was on a silo, capping it by himself, and he just aimed in, and he was just going like this, like following. I'm like,
Right.
what the heck am I watching?
Right.
Like he was at the pallets,
Yeah.
the boxes, like, and he was laying down, and all of a sudden he had attack too, right? He turned around and topped their window, like he was just watching the bricks,
Right.
and the guy jumps out onto the what is it, the balcony,
Yeah.
and like he just kills him, and then
Yeah, that's crazy.
Then he's aiming our top window, and he's like, oh wait, there's another guy, our checks, and he like, you just see him aiming.
Yeah.
And you almost lost a gunfight.
You're like, bro, what are you doing right now? What's
Yeah.
going on?
And we won. But again, like this dude could barely shoot.
Yeah. That's it. I'm always surprised by that. Like people who have hacks, but they still suck. You know?
Yeah, I mean, dude, if you get walls, like information's not enough.
Yeah. But that's the thing. You would think that would be like a game changer. I mean, I know, man, if we had walls, bro, we're annihilating.
Oh yeah, it would
24/7.
step up like our game.
Yeah,
completely.
big time. Yeah, there's like the guessing or like the intuition is out of the equation.
Exactly. Yeah.
But there are these times, man, you've seen some of these gunfights that happen, and like the thumbs, they're greased up. We're like, dude, how do you miss that kill? You know?
Yeah.
Now it's definitely like seeing the low, at least like recently now, seeing these low level Diamond 3s or crims that, you know, I got my suspicious face. I'm like doubt.
Oh yeah,
I
me too.
highly doubt
Yeah.
it, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and then that's
then-
what's even funnier is because sometimes, like, I'm gonna cut you off, is there's a discrepancy. Sometimes there's guys who are that low and they're insane, and I'm like, okay, like let's go watch this kill cam. And then there's those guys who are awful.
Yeah.
I'm like, how did you end up getting here?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
Diamond 3 and you're level 22, and you're like double negative. Like you make no sense, bro.
Oh yeah, like they got carried
You
somewhere.
got backpacked.
I was gonna say, and when you see they're on PC too, like you know they're on PC, and you
Yeah.
look at the icon, I'm like, okay, that just raises my suspicion like even more.
Yeah.
And like speaking of hacking, like I know people have been saying, "Oh, imagine if COD didn't go to PC like competitively. Should we go back to console?" I just recently responded to Doug Sensor Martin about this.
Shout out.
And I was like, being on PC just adds so much more like customization to the player, and they can play the game how they want it. But the problem is that, you know, that just opens it up to anyone to hack and do what they want. But would players really want to go back to console and experience it, you know, completely differently? Because again, you know, they're not going to be playing it at this super insane like refresh rate, unless you know, the console, like PS5, you can play up to 120, which is really good. But if you're used to playing on 240, that's a drastic difference.
Yeah. It's a total change in just like how you experience any game. I don't know. I mean, for us, like we're gonna stay on console for quite a long time. Like inevitably, we will make the switch to PC when we kind of have to. But there's just some perks to playing on console that you can't get with PC, and vice versa too.
Yeah, like I was saying to Doug, the barrier of entry is so much lower for people to just like, speaking for kids that want to become CDL pros. Like if you're on console, yeah, you know, consoles are like $500, still really expensive, but some parent could, you know, save up a bunch of money, buy a console for their kid, over spending like $1,500 on a PC for them to play one game,
right?
Realistically,
right.
And you know, not every single kid can go and buy like a $1,500 PC, and their parents have that cash, and you know, then it opens up to like cheating and all that stuff,
right?
So, in terms of like the future of like kids coming up and playing Call of Duty and becoming like, you know, the next, I don't know, scum,
right?
You know, whoever, it's better on console.
Yeah. No, and I always liked the console too over PC, just because the console felt more like a home entertainment device. I don't ever use it like that, but I definitely view it way more as like it's way more casual.
Yeah,
than
the COD Casuals.
Yeah, exactly. Right. You know, we can't be COD Casuals with our $3,000 PCs. You know, it's just way more like you can plug it in and it's easy to set up and boom, you're playing. You know, you can just take it right off the shelf and do it. And if you want to go watch Netflix or do whatever on it as well, you can do that. You know, I feel like the PC, like, I mean, this is like just not even like, you know, gaming like beyond. It's just like as a console, like what you can do. I don't know. It just seems a lot more user friendly to me.
Yeah, I mean, thing is, like with PC, I don't know. I feel like when I'm on a PC, it feels like I'm just doing work.
Well, that's true
when you're on a
too,
console, you're, you know,
you're chilling,
you're gaming, and like obviously on a PC, you can pull up Netflix, you can pull up, you know, it's a computer.
Yeah, I know someone's gonna be like, "Yo, what the hell are you talking about?"
Yeah, exactly. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, I know, but you know what I mean, though.
No, yeah, I know what you mean.
You could hook up the PlayStation to a huge TV.
Yeah,
you know, and do it that way instead of just on your monitor.
Yeah, and I will say too that, you know, there are limitations on console, at least like for us, probably not the common person that's just, you know, loading up COD every now and then. So you guys, like, you're fine, stay on console. You don't need to spend all that money on a PC if you don't want to. But in terms for us, it's like, you know, Discord. Like, I use Discord. I don't use it a lot, but it would be really nice if Discord was easier to use on PlayStation.
Yeah.
And like, I've linked my Discord. You can link it. It's just like, really?
Right.
Like, this should just be built into PlayStation already. Because that's why we're always in party chat, the PlayStation party chat.
Yeah.
Because the mics are way better.
Yeah, they're horrendous. If you just jump into like game chat, it's terrible.
Yeah.
No, there's definitely a lot of advantages that come with the PC. You know, but it's like weighing out your pros and cons, you know, into the future of COD, like they're going to have to be dealing with this, like kind of bringing it back. Like, you know, they do want the crossplay, which of course, like just enables more people to be able to play together. But that is going to be an issue. Like the ability to hack and just dealing with hackers is going to be tenfold if it was just on consoles.
Yeah. And like, granted, like for us, right, it's just you and I playing on PlayStation.
Right.
Like, I don't play with anyone else on PlayStation because again, all of our friends they just don't game.
Right.
Or like our one buddy, like he got a PC and he just games on his PC.
Yeah.
Doesn't play PlayStation anymore.
Yeah.
But and also people, they just don't play COD like us.
Yeah. Exactly.
So
they play like 2 games and they're like,
yeah,
what do we
yeah.
call it, bro?
So there's obviously a lot of disadvantages. Like at least for us, like when we're on PC, I'd imagine we have a lot more people that we can play with in like our circle, and it's just easier to load up the game and they're like, yo, hop in Discord.
Right.
And now we have like an abundance of people to play with. But again, we're on PlayStation, and we're
going to stay here for a while.
Yeah, like we're just waiting for the right time to buy a PC. Even if I have a PC and they came out with the PS6, I'm buying the PS6 for exclusives.
Yeah.
Because
that's true too.
At the end of the day, we're gamers, and
like we said, we just don't always play COD. Like we do have other games that we do like to play. But yeah, I mean, like wrapping it up with that, it's like having like that's been a big thing for COD. Like in the past couple of years, is having it on PC where it opens this Pandora's box essentially. And that's something as well, like going back with like any other competition that's going to come in, like XDefiant, where I've been thinking about that as well. Like they're going to be on PC. Like this is going to be a big thing that they're going to have to deal with as well, and like, are they going to be able to deal with it and like handle it where there's no hacking? Like that's just not possible. Every game now, it's an unfortunate reality, but every game is subject to hackers, but it was even like this prior, like back in MW2, like OG MW2, there were people hacking on that game too.
Yeah, on console.
Yeah, on console.
Yeah. I will say though, I feel like a lot of the hacks back then were just, I would say like harmless hacks.
Right.
It's like you remember like the super jump?
Yeah.
You just go up in the air and you just see people jumping around everywhere.
Right.
That stuff, it's not like harming other people. But don't get me wrong, there were like harmful ones. Like I loaded into an S&D in MW3 and I got D-ranked.
Yeah.
And, I was so mad. I thought my world was over.
Yeah. Dude, your world was over, bro.
Yeah, it was. And then the next day,
mattered.
dude, I remember I got off and I grinded to 80 in one day.
Yeah. Hustle.
Yeah, I just played all day.
But they, like, I don't remember it happening at the time. Like the people who were doing like aimbot, like shooting through walls and stuff. But I've seen now when people go back to those games, like that's obviously very prevalent.
Yeah.
But that doesn't surprise me as much because now those games, like nobody looks at those games anymore. You can do it. Those games are the Wild West.
Yeah,
do whatever you want. But in their prime, I don't remember. Again, it was so long ago now. I don't remember those being like huge problems where people were like shooting through walls and having like 800 kills in a game. Like psycho stuff like that.
Yeah,
I don't remember that happening.
I think a big part of it too is just advancement of like technology.
Yeah,
because if you were doing that back then, first of all, like I don't know how to do it, but I guarantee you it was way more complicated.
Oh yeah,
than like now.
Yeah,
like you got to be some type of nerd or loser to be sitting there like, oh, I'm going to fucking hack. I'm going to download these. Like,
right.
You have to code your own shit onto a USB and plug it into the PlayStation. Right. And then, like, oh, yeah, I'm going to be the best player in the world. I'm like,
right.
You just wasted, like.
Back in, like, 2011.
Dude, yeah. You wasted, like, I don't know how long. A few days.
Right.
To, like, get this ready. And now you're like, yeah, I just shit on, like, a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, dude, all right, you're a loser.
Yeah. And then
but now. Dude, like we have no experience of hacking, but I know if you have a PC, there are literal sites where you can just add cart, aimbot, $14.99.
Yeah,
and then you just download it to your PC, and now you have it on the game.
Yeah, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, and so anybody could be a hacker.
Yeah,
it's that easy now.
Yeah, which sucks.
Yeah,
but again, it's like it's just going to be the policing of that. Mm-hmm. That's going to be the future, I think, with a lot of these games is being able to police the hacking, and just being accountable.
Yeah. And we know nowadays people are not accountable.
Yeah, so who the hell knows how it's going to go, bro?
Yeah. But I think we can wrap it up on like, our MW2 like rank talk because again, we've just been grinding it.
Yeah, nothing really crazy that's happened. I'm trying to think. We had a day where we got smoked. We had one day like that where we were just on like a big old like 4 or 5 losing streak.
That was last week.
Was that last week? And then we bounced back from it?
Yeah, there was one where it was win, lose, win, lose, win, lose.
Yeah, last night we played, what did we go? We went 3-1 or
something like that.
Yeah, we lost to control. I think that we got. Did we get reverse swept?
Yeah,
on
we
a control?
did.
Yeah, we got reverse swept on a control.
We lost
and then
a
we
hard
lost
point.
a hard point on Fortress, 246 to 250.
Yeah,
that was devastating.
yeah,
that pissed me off.
me too.
We were so close. We lost it on the P1.
It was just and we were fighting. We were up like 100 or something.
And I was so pissed myself because I played bad that game. I mean, at the end, like I didn't play as bad as I thought I did.
No, you bounced back.
I bounced back, yeah, but like
you just didn't bounce back
too
early
late.
enough.
Yeah, too late.
Yeah,
too late when I bounced back.
Yeah, and I will say though, the other two guys were like they got overzealous because they're like, oh, we're up by so much, and they're just running for kills.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, what are we doing? Like, we have to end this because there's I don't care that we have spawns because they broke us so quick.
Yeah.
Like the last couple of hills.
Yeah.
I was getting nervous, and then we ended up losing.
Yeah. Now, I mean, there was a couple of games like that one, obviously you're talking about, and then we ended up winning it. Was the MWIII Expo. I remember there was a guy on our team. The dude was insane. Like he almost dropped 40 at the end of it, but it pissed me off so much because this guy was just running around like crazy. I remember the first round, like we talked about last week, I almost grabbed my thing. I was like so pissed. I was like, dude, just stop getting kills. You got 4 kills. Just back up and get on this hill with us, and we win this round.
Yeah,
you know, and we almost lost.
Yeah, like nearly
lost this, but we were outslaying them so much. But like we got down to time. We still had 1 point to cap. I think we were on the B point, and we got 3 stack here, and then someone like ends up killing us or whatever. This guy's like just still roaming around like by the elevator.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, just get over here.
Yeah.
You know, that pissed me off so much.
Yeah.
Put your ego aside, put the kills aside. Think about the game mode we're playing for a second. Like, we're all playing for the win. That's great that you can go and fry everybody.
Yeah. When you can guarantee the win, you take that.
Yeah.
Because I the thing is, it worked out for us because he was frying.
Yeah.
But if he was not frying, we would have lost.
Yeah.
Easily. Like he cooked. Like he did really well.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I understand like, cutting off certain areas at certain times because like I do that a lot. But when you can guarantee the win, I know there are plenty of times where you see me like I'm like pushed up a little bit and I see 2 down and then you see me run back and give that position just to get like 1 extra tick.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, I think about how many times I've been playing and there's a gunfight that I have and I literally dive out. I'm like, nope, I'm not taking that gunfight.
Yeah.
Because if I just get on the hill here, like it could be enough, and at least it'll be enough where I get there, this guy does not expect all of us. There's no way he's gonna gun all of us,
Yeah.
So maybe I die anyway, but teammates get the trade and then we win the round.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you just gotta think a little bit more cerebrally instead of that guy just going getting all those kills, which, like you said, guy was frying out of his mind. But goes to show, even though he was playing like that, we almost lost.
Yeah.
At least that round. Like, that round was bad.
Yeah.
Remember the last round that we played, though? They were in a mega blender.
Oh, yeah. There was one round, like, for example, when I would say it's the right time to, like, push up was you were capping A and I was secret. And I was just sitting on, like, that brick wall, like, over the pool, watching over, and the other 2 guys were, like, coming. I don't know what I'm assuming they're coming to help you.
Yeah.
But I had your top bar, your bottom bar, and just everything, that entire push. And I got 3 kills there. And I'm like, oh, see, if I came back and like stacked there, we would have gotten probably 2 ticks. But those 3 guys would have definitely overwhelmed us.
Yeah.
When, I had attacked too.
Right.
But see, moments like that, I'm like, all right, I'm by myself. I'm going to push up. Makes sense for me to get up there and, just watch over you. But these guys, like, they weren't running up.
Right.
And then that was when I remember, like, I screamed. Like, I jumped in the pool and a guy was shooting at me, but I didn't know this. But, dude, if you, like, duck underwater more, you can't see. Like, they can't see you.
Oh, really?
I literally went down and the guy was just shooting bullets all around me. And then you traded him.
Yeah.
It's like he eventually killed me because I was really weak. But you were like, I got you. And, like, you killed him.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I stayed alive that long. I literally jumped in dolphin dived into the pool and just went down.
Yeah. And then he was just like looking around, had no idea what happened.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like overall though, like I said, it's been a good experience, but it's moments like that, bro, that like get me sweating. I'm like, if we lose this game and this guy's over here like, dude, I dropped all these kills for the L. I'm like,
there are kills a lot of them were kills that did not matter.
no, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like people maybe hearing that, they're like, what the hell are you talking about, dude? Like they were just unnecessary kills. He's in their spawn, just like getting random kills there.
Well, yeah, when we have like complete control of an area, and granted too, like B, we already capped A.
Yeah.
And we
the
needed
hard work
B.
was done.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. We had you and me on it, and this guy was just out.
Yeah.
Just
because again,
trying to
it's
spawn trap.
like it's things like that where that guy he's so far up, like because that's where he was. He was in like that I don't even know where you call it, like the main lobby area, just like getting kills there. So if he dies there, now it's like, okay, I don't know where this guy is going to be going from, you know? It would be so much easier if he's like, okay, he's just going to be backstage.
And holding.
Yeah, holding. And then I see him die, like, we're looking there.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Because now it's like, there's only two spots he could possibly be, like left stage or right stage.
Yeah.
And it's way more likely we'll do that instead of, okay, like I'm watching, like I was watching bottom vending.
Yeah.
Right? And now he dies over there. I have no idea where he's going to be. Like, I could still be watching that. He could come from, like, now 3-4 different spots. It's, like, just unnecessary, man.
Yeah. It eliminates, like, the decision, basically.
Yeah. Just, like, any, like, bit of, I don't even know what you call it. Like, just randomness. Like, you know, like, that's the best thing, Lisa, with the hacking, right?
Yeah,
It's like the wall.
Yeah,
you know where he's going to be.
Yeah. Well, that's why, like, I understand his thought, but when you... when you play very cracked like that, just running, like you can cost because you and I have done it, and you and I have not done it. Like you'll see me, like if you see me, like I say, all right, I'll push up, and you just see my arrow, I'm still, I'm just waiting, because if I die there, and like the pressure's already on them, and we're capping, like you know that person's coming there. Like, I just died right there. And you get info.
I think I'd said that there was I don't know if it was last night or it was like a couple of nights ago. I remember I had said that because I was like playing really well. I was getting like a bunch of kills, but then I like stopped myself because I'm just like, all right, I need to get on this hill. Like I need to be actually doing like the objective here because I was like on a streak like 6 or 7 and I'm like feeling insane and then I look at the score and I'm like, okay, we're barely winning. Like but that shows to me like quick like 1 second thought. I'm like, these kills that I'm getting are just for ego. Like I'm not actually doing anything here really worthwhile. Like I'm roaming around, sure, but people are still getting around me, and it's no guarantee that you or the other teammates may get these kills.
Yeah,
you know?
That's when you start really understanding COD. Like when you're thinking like that.
Yeah,
and when you put your ego aside and you just change your play style and the pacing like a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I swear yesterday I ran attack most of the night because the other teammates just were running subs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, that's fine. And when you do it, it's just like it changes.
Yeah.
The game just feels so easy for like if you have a good tack, then your subs are gonna be doing well.
Right.
And I remember specifically on that fortress, like I was running a sub at first, and then I switched to attack because the other guy was getting fried, cooked, and then we were coming back.
Yeah,
like it just makes it a lot easier.
Yeah,
and like I love that feeling, like knowing that I made an impact, even though I went like 23 and 23 or whatever,
right?
With like a minute and 30 on hill, but those kills were important kills.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it was a reason why we like came back and like won stuff like that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Those are the best. Like when you know that like you have an impact, or even again like last night. Like it was unfortunate that we lost it, the fortress. But what I was like at least happy about was I recognize it and the team recognizes it. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm not getting the kills that I should right now. Like I'm not playing as good. So they would just abandon the hill. And they're like, okay, like you
play, yeah.
Your hill. And I'm like, yep. Like I remember that it happened on like the P3 rotation. Teammate had rotated it and I was there with him and he looked at me and I literally like took my thing and I like moved it up and down and he just ran. Like and I was just like, I got you. Like don't worry, bro. Like I know I'm not playing as good as I should. So just like you're frying. Go get kills, go hold, and I will soak all this
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
You know, instead of me being like, no, dude, if I get one, it's like, hold on, I will eventually, but let's just pump the brakes.
It's just not the time right now.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's not like put the pride aside and like think about the team here and try to just get some semblance of this going, and then you'll be good.
Oh yeah, the best is when like you're coming right off spawn, right? And there's like, I don't know, 20 seconds left on the hill, and like you just spawned up, and one player's on hill, and then the other two are trying to rotate with 20 seconds left, which that's what you should be doing, and like everything's flowing, right? And then the person that just spawned runs up the hill, and the person that was already sitting on the point knows that person's hopping on hill, and they just push out. It's like, all right, everyone knows what they're doing here.
Right, yeah, everyone knows their role.
Yeah, like I collected this, even if like you're not frying or anything, just, it's like a assembly line.
Yeah.
You spawn, last person to spawn up, run to the hill, and that person that was on hill just push up.
Yeah. No, and everyone's like, like holding angles that they should be, making sure every lane's covered too. Like that's just always, those are the best teammates and like the best games. Which we experienced past couple of days, which has been good. So we're still getting like, I don't know about you, I'm getting solid amount of SR still from these games. So the road to Diamond 3, we're there.
Yeah, no, we'll get there. Like I swear this season's been shorter though. I swear, because we only have like 30 days.
Yeah, I know.
And I swear the last season we had like 50 90. Or something. We had a lot.
Yeah, we had a lot.
But yeah, no, we'll hit Diamond 3. We're close. Like I'm getting like 50 to 70 SR a game. Like if I play really, really well, I think it was a game or two or a night ago or something like that, I got like 80, almost 90.
Yeah, when I got a ton when we played the Fortress Search that we 6-0'd on.
Oh yeah.
We're playing absolute plumbers.
Yeah.
No disrespect to plumbers, but we're playing these guys. Man, I don't know what happened to them.
They weren't playing together.
That's exactly what they're just doing, like weird stuff.
They
had a guy sniping like all the time. I'm like, you need to put that away, bro. But that game, I got like, I think it was like 74, 76 SR. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah.
The game's like, you shouldn't have been playing those guys. I'm like, I know.
Yeah. But yeah, ranked's been going well. We'll get to Diamond 3.
Yeah, so we'll continue the update and the progress.
Yeah.
In the next episode as well.
Yeah. And like let us know too. I was like proposing the idea to you because on PS5 we can like save our clips and stuff. I was thinking we like get all of our clips and like we just edit like the highlights on our own on the clips. And then we like throw it into a video or something. Maybe we pay an editor to make like a cool montage, like old school.
Yeah, little COD Casuals montage.
Yeah.
Like 2011 style.
Oh yeah, like super old school with insane transitions and stuff. Dude, and there's gonna be no sniper clips. It's gonna be like, oh my god, a double kill.
Yeah. all tac kills, all Vaz. If you want to see this montage, let us know.
Yeah,
I'd be down for it.
Yeah, because that'd be fun. Because I have a lot of clips saved. Just not edited or anything.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, let us know because I think that'd be cool to add for our year-end review of MW2.
Showing our best moments.
Yeah, none of the bad ones.
Yeah, I don't even remember those, bro.
Yeah, we don't have bad moments.
We don't have. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
We got reverse sweep. I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Actually, one thing I wanted to end it to on was so I was researching about scuff, right? Because I have the issue.
Yep.
Which, by the way, I'm just gonna add, dude. If I'm cooking people with that. I'm just saying, imagine if I didn't have this issue.
Oh, yeah, bro. That's fact. It's a fact.
Like,
if you didn't have this, it would, like, next tier up.
No, yeah, exactly. Like, dude, I'm, like, flying around with...
Just biffing all the time?
Yeah. Scuff does do repairs.
Oh, okay.
But it's, like, hidden.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they only do repairs now on PS5 controllers and up.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
If you've ordered a scuff, I think it was before like 2018 or something like that. It's got to be like a recent order, and you have to have like the seal of approval on a scuff, which is like the barcode or whatever on the back. You can send it in, and it depending what it is, it's like $60 to $100, and they just have to like approve it and stuff. So I was wrong. you can.
Yeah, no, we
you
both were. Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
thought that that you couldn't.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm on their website right now. You have to go and submit a request
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah, submit a ticket to them, and then they have to review it and stuff.
Yeah.
Then approve it, and then I don't know if you have to pay for shipping or not, or they do.
Yeah.
And then you just send it to them, but it can take up to like 2 weeks for them to repair it and then get it back.
Yeah,
So
I mean, they do have it regardless.
yeah, I might do that. I'm thinking about doing that, but the thing is, I won't have a.
Well, that I was just gonna say, because I remember like our buddy that we play with, that was his thing with Battle Beaver. But they got it back to him, and he said 3 days.
Yeah.
But he told me that it's still messed up.
Oh well.
So he's just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. Like it says up to 2 weeks, so I don't know if it.
Right.
I don't think it'd be like 2 weeks.
Yeah. It could be just them covering themselves,
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I'm gonna look into that.
Dude,
I'm probably gonna send it.
Why not?
Yeah,
Go start frying people on the DualShock 5.
dude. If I'm frying people on the regular,
on the
scuff
Dual
or anything.
Yeah, bro. Break out the Wii controller.
Yeah, yeah,
You ever seen those clips of those guys who are playing and they're playing MW2 with like Wii bongos?
yeah. Yeah.
And they kill
Yeah.
them. Like, bro, that'd be if you're over here smoking people like Diamond 3 Crim 1 with the standard DualShock
yeah.
5, like, bro,
Yeah.
they gotta hang it up.
So I'm gonna think of doing that.
Okay.
I was looking at Battle Beavers too, just the price comparison. They're
Right.
not. Oh, don't get me wrong. They're fucking expensive.
Yeah.
But compared to Scuff, they're like slightly cheaper.
We're talking like $30 different, maybe.
Yeah, and like you can't really like customize it like all that much. Like you can get like digital pads or bumpers and stuff.
Yeah.
But you only have like the 2 buttons on
Yeah.
the back, obviously. Which I mean, again, that's fine because I don't really use like the. Actually, no, that's a lie.
I was gonna say.
YY a lot,
Oh, yeah, all the time.
and like I reload and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you can buy like a standard one for like 170.
It's not bad.
Yeah, not bad. But Scuffs, I think maybe a basic Scuff is around that much too. I don't know. Mine was
Go look
not.
it up, man.
I fucking specced mine out.
Yeah,
So-
I remember my scuff was like,
Granted, these are PS5 ones, and PS5 ones are way more expensive.
yeah, Reflex. Is that what it is?
Yeah, the Reflex.
For PS5.
Like, what's stock one?
starts at 220.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so a PS5 from Battle Beaver is like 170.
Oh, that's the Reflex Pro. Is there any? Well, the Reflex is 200.
Okay, yeah, so 200 is the baseline.
Yeah.
I have I have that one.
Yeah.
Just a Reflex.
Yeah, I think that's what I have.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure that's what I have too.
Yeah, so Battle Beaver, if you guys are looking, that is an option too, but you don't get the 4 paddles.
No.
You get 2 buttons on the back.
Yeah.
So another option.
No, I do. I mean, they're nice for sure, but
Scuffs you can just customize so much.
yeah.
Which I like a lot.
Yeah. No, I like it too. It's cool, man. They have so many different colorways and stuff. Like these are kind of dope
Yeah.
for like optic and everything.
Yeah.
They did have one. They have some for Breach, don't they too?
Yep.
Yeah, they have their own. I'll have to go find it at some point here because they just got so many creators. I'm like, bro, come on, I want to go see like the actual guys.
Yeah, right.
But
no, yeah, another option there. But I wanted to let people know that you can repair it with Scuff.
yeah,
It's just a matter of
don't want to spread misinformation.
matter of like if your seal is still good,
Yeah.
seal of approval and all that stuff.
So if you've got the time and you got the cash,
Mm-hmm.
and if you want to do it, I mean, we'd invest in Scuff like we obviously do. You know,
Yeah.
they're really good products. But
Mhm.
yeah, if you got a problem, then there you go. You can send them in.
I'm probably gonna do it probably like
Yeah, why
towards
not?
the end of MW2.
Yeah.
Like maybe between like season 4 and 5.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then I won't have to miss that much.
Yeah.
And I'll just play pubs with the regular controller
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And then be ready for MW3.
Sounds like a plan.
Because,
bro.
dude, I'm telling you, man, if I didn't have a busted Scuff,
bro, you're
I'd be a demon.
next
on the
level
map.
cooking.
Demon.
You're
on the
already a
map,
demon, bro, but next level.
where I'm not biffing.
Yeah, yeah.
Biff in the air.
Yeah, there wouldn't be so many gunfights that you're like, whoa.
Yeah. Or like I just had not think about like, all right,
Yeah.
there's one guy here.
Yeah, exactly.
One guy
dude.
arches.
Yeah, dude, seriously. That's so much time off, like so much off your brain.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to log on being like, okay, when's this gonna cost me?
Yeah. Well, dude, that's why I have to play like a couple extra matches, or like
Yeah.
I always shoot bots before,
Yeah.
just to get the controller working.
Yeah, get it
Little-
warmed up.
Yeah,
Acquainted with it.
so it doesn't happen as much.
There you go.
But yeah, I think
No.
that's everything we want to talk about.
Yeah,
right?
I think we're good,
Yeah.
man.
All right. Well, let's do it.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Well, thank you everyone for watching or listening to episode 125 of the COD Casuals. Yeah, we're both. Yeah. Spotify. You can watch us on video.
Absolutely.
Make sure to go follow us on TikTok. We're on Instagram and we're on Twitter. Even though Twitter's kind of busted right now, we won't even go into that, man.
This is gonna be a whole other hour.
Yeah. But yeah, if you don't want to listen to the whole podcast, go listen to TikTok or Instagram Reels. We're also on YouTube. Go like, comment, subscribe over there. We've been getting more viewers there too.
Appreciate that.
And actually, one person, shout out to you, commented on the last video, and they said, "I didn't know you had a mustache, Mike. I did not."
There you go.
I guess like you didn't fit.
I don't fit the mustache.
No, you didn't.
Sound.
You didn't fit the voice. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
I do have one.
Yeah. So shout out to you.
Shout out.
He was
bro.
like, "You guys didn't."
We don't look anything like we sound.
Yeah. Which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'll take it as.
Indifferent.
Yeah. But yeah, if you want to see our faces, you can go to the YouTube. We'll also be posting, some more things over there.
Yeah.
Soon, and on Spotify too. If you guys are on Spotify, make sure to go and vote on the poll and let us know of the question of the day that we post over there all the time. And I'll leave all of our socials up above like we always do. And yeah, I think that's it.
I think that's it, man. We're good.
Thank you everyone for listening to episode 125 of the COD Casuals. We're your host, Justin.
Now, Mike.
We'll see you guys next week.
Take it easy, everybody.
See ya.